Hey guys, what's up? This is Mel, and I'm here to talk about the 100 episode 311 titled Nevermore, which premiered Thursday, April 14th, 2016 on the CW. Now, guys, it's roughly 2 hours since the episode ended. I had another show immediately afterwards that I was watching, so I couldn't record immediately afterwards, but I finally got my thoughts straight, I guess you can say. So let's begin. So something new that we learned in this episode, the focus is getting the chip out of Raven. So that's mainly the whole focus of this episode, which is something I really liked. So first, right off the bat, we see Octavia giving Bellamy the cold shoulder for what he did with Lincoln, to the army massacre, to everything since Pike's been in control. And he's trying to figure out what he needs to do to prove to her that he's on her side. And she's not having it. They get interrupted, though, when Jasper returns with Clark and a sedated Raven. And they basically come up with the plan that they need to continue on with Raven's original plan in frying the chip by using the wristbands that came down originally with the 100. So when they find out that they need a wristband, Clark thinks of Nahila, the grounder who ran the trading post back in the premiere. And apparently Clark had traded her wristband at some point to Nahila, so that one is still in working condition. So group travels to this trading post, and this is where we see Raven getting restrained to a bed, and she's resisting as aggressively as possible. She's biting people, she's kicking people, she's really going all out, basically being controlled by Allie to do all these things to the people she has come to know as her friends. We also see Raven really digging into people's deep issues. She doesn't hold back. For Jasper, she brings up the worst in what she thinks of him. Brings up Maya, she brings out his self-worth, which pretty much triggers him. With Clark, she brings up all the death that she has caused, her father, Wells, Finn, Lexa, blaming everything on her. With Bellamy, she brings up all the death with the culling, Mount Weather, Aurora, the army massacre. She's really trying to break these people long enough that they slip on where she is located. So eventually Allie and Raven figure out that their plan is to fry the chip, and the fact that they're at Nahila's trading post station. And that was blown when Nahila went into the room to slap Bellamy after finding out that he was part of the team who killed their father, who was in the army of grounders that were massacred. So anyways, while all this is happening as well, Monty and Octavia are on their own mission to the dropship to grab a missing piece that they need for the EMP device they're trying to create with the wristbands, which is what St. Clair is working on. While they're at the dropship, a chipped up version of Hannah, Monty's mom, intervenes and tries to get Monty to consume the chip. Things do not go well. Octavia tackles Hannah, but because this is Monty's mom, she can't fight like she normally would. So that puts her in a very dangerous position where Hannah has the knife, or has the sword, almost pushed up against her throat. It comes down to the very point that Monty kills his own mom to save Octavia. So that's a very devastating decision for him to make, and it looks like Octavia knows just what Monty gave up to save her. And earlier on, he was trying to convince her that he is one of them, one of the 100, and that she has a place with them when she thinks she belongs nowhere. So anyways, the two of them make it back to the trading post in time to give their missing piece to St. Clair, who has finished with the EMP device. Realizing that they're going to fry the chip before Allie and her reinforcements could arrive to help Raven, Raven is told that she basically has to kill herself so that the enemy, which is the delinquents, don't get what she has learned under Allie's influence. So Raven tries to bash in her head before they fry the chip, but thankfully the team managed to stop her in time to get the wristband on her and fry the chip But unfortunately, Raven doesn't wake up. While they wait for her to wake up, Jasper comes to the realization that Allie wants this flame chip, this version 2 of her code, so he wants to destroy it. This is where everyone just learns that the chip has Lexa inside. And with that, though, gives Clark the idea that maybe she has to cut into Raven's neck like the AI need to be cut out of Lexa's neck. So in doing that, all this chip ooze comes out of Raven's neck. Apparently it's what's left of the chip after it was fried. So once all that has been dispersed from Raven's neck, she wakes up in pain, which is a great relief for everybody because, well, if you experience pain, that means you don't have the chip affecting you anymore. So there's that. Sorry. So with Raven fully aware of everything that's going on, she reveals that the Commander Flame chip, version 2 of the code, is the thing that could stop version 1 code of Allie. So the team is determined now more than ever to stop Allie, and they want to do it together. The episode ends in the City of Lights, where it shows Jaha believing that they'll get Raven back, but apparently it's too far gone now. Allie wants every one of them killed because with Raven on their side, they're going to discover that version 2 of her code is the one thing that could stop version 1, which is Allie. So, learn a lot. It's definitely action-packed in this episode. One moment. Alright, so what was the most shocking moment of the episode? Two things, actually. First one was how dark Raven got when she got under everyone's skin the way she did. And I could have sworn that there were times when we see Allie during those moments. It looked like she was kind of shocked by the depth that Raven went into to cutting these people who she's cared for down, using all their dirty little secrets against them that they had once entrusted her with. So it's like, it was very surprising. It's either that or Allie was surprised that humanity could get so dark in a sense, but either way, that is what surprised me the most, that Raven would shift, that Allie would have such an influence on Raven that she would turn this much on her friends. Even when she popped her own shoulder out of its socket, it was creepy in itself, which could be shocking too. Another shocking moment was the fact that Monty killed his mom. I cannot believe that he was put in that situation. He just got her back, and yeah, I didn't like the fact that she was siding with Pike and that she turned Monty in, but like, to him to go as far as kill his own mom, that's going to cause issues, and poor Monty doesn't need it for sure. So there's that. Top 3 favorite moments. Major one was the fact that all the delinquents were not only in the same room together, but they actually came together on a united front. We have Clark back with the group and taking up her old post, Bellamy by her side right afterward. Jasper, of course, is angry with Clark about what happened in Mount Weather, but he's still there to help Raven. Octavia and Monty are helping out too, and I even loved it when Monty told Octavia that even though she doesn't belong to Sky Crew or Arcadia, she belongs with the 100, and they stay together, and they fight together, and they survive together, which was a great bit of conversation from him, and I really like that she echoed it back later on when she confirmed to everybody that she wasn't leaving and she was staying to help them fight against Allie. So it was really great to see all of them come together and help one of their own, which is Raven, because I don't think we've seen that since season 1, because I'm not going to count the walk back from Mount Weather in the season 2 finale. We didn't see any, we only got the illusion that they all walked together, but we haven't seen a true cooperative effort from all of them since season 1, because in season 2 they were all in different places helping each other out, if that makes sense. Another favorite moment for me was Bellamy and Clark for this episode, because the last time they were in the same room together, they had at it. They were angry with each other. Clark tased Bellamy to get away. So it's like, for them there should still be tension between the two of them, like angry tension between them. But in this episode, I really like the fact that they stepped right in. They let all their personal issues aside and they focused on helping Raven. And the fact that Bellamy let Clark call the shots, essentially, since she's the one that knows all the medical stuff dealing with Clark, and then Bellamy's there being the backup as need be enforcing stuff that needs to be done, which I understand. It's great to see them go back into routine for the two of them. I really like that. I really like that you can still see that they care for each other. The fact that they both bandaged each other up when Raven bit Clark, and then when Bellamy punched some hard surface repeatedly. So I really, really like the two of them. And also, Mean Raven or Evil Raven or Chipped Out Raven basically made the assumption or the illusion of Clark being the queen that Bellamy will follow without hesitation, which I just love repeatedly. I'm definitely going to go back and watch I'm pretty much going to watch this episode again for sure, just to bask in its fantasticness of it, for sure. And another favorite moment for me, it has to be Raven's performance overall. While it was creepy how dark and evil Raven got because of Allie's influence over her, Lindsay Morgan did a fantastic job. I mean, she did her job. She creeped me out when she was doing all this this version of The Exorcist for her. So it was fantastic. I'm definitely gonna remember it for sure. So moving on to top 3 peeved moments. First one has to be the fact that Monty was put in the position where he had to kill his own mom to save Octavia. And the fact that Monty was getting beaten on by his mom is the kid does not need to go through all that. He's been through enough. It's just the fact that he got his mom. He doesn't need that last moment of her to be this chipped out version that wanted to hurt him. That's no. He needed better. He deserved better for sure. Last peeve moment though as well was the emotional outburst that came from the delinquents, which revealed things to Allie, like the fact that she was going to get fried, the fact that Nyla was there, the fact that I think those are the only ones, but I understand why it happened, because essentially these characters are still teenagers, so they're going to be prone to emotional outbursts. I mean, you can only bottle up so much until you burst. So it's understandable. In the moment, I was irritated the fact that, you just opened your big mouth, you screwed up, type of thing. So there's that. Moving on to what moment will I remember most when I look back on this episode? I'm calling it Raven's tech exorcism. That's definitely not a big one. Even the promo itself is a huge reminder. So moving on to random questions. This one really got me though, but how do people of the Ark know of Lexa's death? I thought only Bellamy knew because he was with Indra when she heard the horn that announced a new commander being put into power. I thought he was the only one. But then after thinking about it, is it possible that Raven knew about Lexa's death because of the other grounders that were connected to Allie, and then through Allie is when Raven learned about Lexa's death? It's just who knowing what was kind of an issue, especially with Allie in itself. Is how exactly does that whole connective mind thing work for her? Is she fully access to everything, or is it just certain things that she's allowed from the person that she chipped, I guess you could say. Next question. Will Jasper step out of his own wallowing and be the best friend that Monty deserves? Yes, I get that Jasper is still mourning for Maya, but it's been 3 months since Maya's death, and yes, that's his first love, but Monty just killed his own mother moments before finding a way to save her from being chipped. So Jasper's really got to step it up and be there for his buddy, because I can already sense Monty going down the pity party, self-hatred type thing for being put in that position and making that hard decision. And let's hope that Octavia doesn't leave Monty because he sacrificed his own mom to save her. So Octavia better be glued to Monty's hip for that act alone. Last question. What is the next step for the delinquents? Is it finding Luna, or is it saving Arcadia from Allie, or is there another threat that they need to deal with? I'm curious, because at least for this one, this episode, they managed to save Raven, so that's a good thing. So moving on to predictions very quickly. Based off the promo for 312, we see the delinquents returning to Arcadia but finding it abandoned. Or is it? Apparently there's might be a few things hiding inside of there, but where did everybody go? That's the big question. Based off the synopsis though, it seems that Jaha is going to return to Polis. Murphy is going to have a surprise encounter. Maybe Amori, who knows. And Octavia is said to uncover a clue. A clue to what? No clue. Get it? But we'll have to wait and see. Overall predictions, though, I think that Clark has to still prove herself to the other delinquents to gain their trust back, since essentially to them, it could look like she sided with the Grounders instead of with her own people, even though to her, it's going to look like she stayed with the Grounders to save her people. So there's definitely I definitely sense a lot of hashing things out when Clark's concerned. So she's definitely got to fix things with Octavia. She has to continually fix things with Jasper, possibly with Raven, Bellamy for sure. I think it's pretty much everyone but Monty and St. Clair, for sure. Yeah. And then we have Miller, Brian, and Harper, who are on guard duty the whole time today. Did they even go to the trading post, though? I don't even know. Wow. Okay. So another prediction is that our group is going to have to evade Allie and all of her followers. Who knows how many people have been chipped, so they have to be extremely careful about who approaches them and whatnot. Also, hopefully we'll see more about the search for Luna. Hopefully we'll see that clan and where along those lines they are located. Also, we're going to see Polis having Kane and Pike, going to see the fake commander and Murphy, and to see how that plays out, hopefully. And we also have King Rowan is meant to be on a hunt for Clark and the Flame AI. So where along those lines he turns up, will he, if he finds them, will he help them destroy Allie version 1, or will he immediately take version 2 and go back to Polis and deal with all that grounder politics stuff? So that's it for predictions. Let's move on to Mel's top 5 favorite episodes. Guys, I'm glad to put these on the list. Alright, so I have 2 separate lists. I have the ship focus one, and then I have the non-ship focus one. As you can see on the screen, these are where the standings were after last week's episode. Now, let's add today's. So today I am going to place episode 311 in number 3 for both lists. So for the ship focus one, episode 311 comes in at number 3 because of all the Bellamy and Clark moments that were featured in this episode. And I'm a huge Bellark fan, so that's like a huge thumbs up for me. Now for the non-ship focus, this episode comes in at number 3 because of the delinquent reunion, and now we had them all together. I love when the 100 are reunited and working together. It reminds me of how they were back in season 1, and I like that we got that feeling again, so I'm really happy about that. So that pushes everything else down. But what were your own, where did this episode place in your top 5 episodes of this season? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it, as well as your own thoughts, theories, and predictions about what's to come for the remaining episodes of the season. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and check out my other videos if you haven't done so already. And if you want, check out my Tumblr page for any promos, sneak peeks, web clips, synopses, gifs, quotes, anything like that. I usually reblog all over Tumblr. Links for those are down below. One for this episode specifically, as well as one that links you to all the tags related to the 100. For that one, just click on it and then scroll to the very bottom, and that's where you'll find the 100 tags. For that, though, I am a little behind, just like I'm behind on posting videos, so keep that in mind. I'm eventually going to get caught up, so bear with me, and that's about it. So thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. Sorry for the delay. I'm trying to catch up, like I've said, but thank you for your patience. But I hope you tune in next week to see what I have to say about the next episode. So until then, this is Mel. Wish you all a great day, great week, wherever you are. Bye for now.